So I'm just taking a little bit of a morning walk. I'm curious to see if there's anything in the next paddock because apparently the dog was being shy and not wanting to go in there because they smelled something, and I was like, all these weird feelings. So I'm just going to take a look and see if there's anything there. There's probably not going to be anything there. I mean, I don't imagine there to be anything there, but you never know. Never know. It could be something. So basically just go for a walk. Look at the lilies. These are... Oh, shit. Fuck. Don't go alone. These are the peace lilies. They look like a mess now, but then when they catch on, they're going to grow up, and these other ones are going to do so much better because they're closer to the sprinkling water that ejects from the hose once in a while. I'm kind of depressed today because last night I found out the tragic news that all my stocks have been closed, and I didn't check it yesterday morning. I was like, why didn't I check it? And it's like everything's been closed, so I lost like $18,000 and plus the $3,500 that I input. And I was like, because they don't always give you a margin call warning, and so obviously, with it going unnoticed, I sort of just lost everything. So I was really upset. I wrote an FU email to the business, and then I had to sort of pick up the trading from whatever was left over after everything had been closed. So I had like $80, and by today I have like $102. So I started trading with the $80. Now I've got $102, and it took me 2 to 3 months to get that much. And so I just think, well, maybe by Christmas I'll have a similar amount. So I'm trying not to input any money because I like to input as little as I can. I was like, F you and F that. I don't like how stocks are, because when you don't notice something and it all closes, it's like, it's a really big letdown for you. I would have put in any amount to save it, and because I hadn't been notified, there was no notifications, no calls, no text or emails or anything. It went unnoticed, and I was like, that's it. I'm sick of trading. I probably lost in total $5,000 or $6,000 on trading in the past 5 to 10 years. So, which isn't as much, but I still lost it, and I was like, I could have. So I'm sort of sick of it. I'm not really trading seriously anymore, because I get sick of putting $250 here, $250 there, and it's like most of your money within a month. Well, a good portion of it goes towards it, and then it's like, so you're just like wasting thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars every month, and it's like, it's not worth it when it all closes because you haven't checked it at a certain hour, by a certain hour or a certain day or something. It's like so unfair. It seems so unfair. And everyone's like, well, if you had put the $7,000 to $10,000 I had told you at a specific time, you wouldn't have been running close to your margins anyway, and it wouldn't have been closed down. It's like, okay, whatever. I would have probably lost that $7,000 to $10,000, so that's why I do it like little bit by little bit. So, I mean, you can make many arguments, but basically, if you're not a millionaire, don't bother with it. Because millionaires can afford, the $7,000 to $10,000 each quarter that you need to put in. But for you, just a normal everyday person, even hundreds of dollars seem like thousands. And that's exactly what you can't actually afford without it crippling your savings plan. So I've literally saved nothing because I've been putting hundreds of dollars a month into that, and it's like, you know, and I'm not gonna put fucking $7,000 to $10,000 money I don't have. So, obviously, you have to take into consideration not everyone has those millions of dollars, but that's what they say about stocks. It's like a millionaire's, spare time. It's a millionaire's hobby, and anyone else can do it too, but they probably shouldn't because it's just a big fat waste of money. And when you lose it all, you're like going, oh my gosh, that's like half my savings. You virtually, instead of saving stuff, having like your $1,000 or $2,000 of savings a year or something, it's like it's virtually like running you off everything. So you're not saving anything, not even when you're not paying rent like I am. And then it's like that's a really crippling hobby. So, but I'll just see where this extra $80 already. I've made it into $100 in one day. So I'll just see how far it goes. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Anyway, I didn't really see anything here. I'm not going to go and explore the bushes because I don't really see the point. I mean, no wild animal is going to come out of the bushes. They're going to hide in the bushes, and I don't wander into the bushes. So actually, I don't see anything to worry about. Maybe she was just being a weird wanting off the lead when they're on the lead or something. Anyway, I'm virtually doing nothing today, so I might just get on the internet and I could play a couple games, or I might just hop into it and start writing. Who knows? I don't really know what kind of story. I mean, I've started a couple of stories, but that's not really what I want to write about today. It's like, but none of my stories are making money, and so I'm trying to think, what kind of story will make money? And it's like, I don't know. No idea. I'm gonna try and make a trash can story and put it on for a $1 sale. And see if that encourages anyone to want to buy it. Because you never know, maybe the price isn't perfect. Maybe $5 is too much, so $1 might be more encouraging. So what's the date today? It's like almost August 20. It's getting towards August 20 anyways. It's like probably August 19 or something. And I'm like, August, September, October, November, 3 months. 3 months till I go to my concert. I'm really excited this year because I haven't been out in ages, and I'm going at a really good time because literally the same day as the concert, I got to book my photo shoots. And I'm like, is that like just the best timing that they're both in sync? and so obviously I'm going to be doing both on the same day. And of course it's around Christmas. I get to do my Christmas in-store shopping because you can't order like food and stuff off the internet. I mean, some foods you can, but others you can't. So since I buy mostly food, I'm going to be like stocking up. I'm going to bring or buy a cooler bag and buy a lot of foodie stuff to take back from the hotel with me. And it should be cool. I've got heaps of gift cards, so I can spend $10 here and $10 there. And it should be pretty awesome. I didn't know what to expect from the concert itself. I'm just hoping no trouble, nice time. Bit of fun maybe, I know. I don't know. I'll probably get bored halfway through it though. It's like I'm always bored at concerts, like, oh my gosh, why did I go? Why did I book this ticket? No, I'm not always like that. Sometimes I am, and that's when I stop going to concerts for a while, because it usually means I'm sort of sick of the songs, we've heard them again, and it's time to take a break. So, but other people are like, no, you just go to concerts every year, or you take photographs every year, trying to get an autograph every year. Some people make it like an every year thing, and it's like, but I don't. I'm just a once in a while visitor, you know. When I make it a yearly thing, I usually get bored. I'm like, why did I bother? Why did I bother getting concerts? Like, I've at best gone like two years in a row, and by the second year, I was kind of bored. And I said, I need a break. But I've been very good. I've been purposely not looking at too many songs so that when they sing their songs, it'll be like fresh. I've only sort of been listening to like my favorite songs, which is like 2 songs. Just to keep the music fresh, you know. Because if you listen to everything, it's like, by the time the concert comes, it's like, oh, I've heard this before, you know. And then it's like, but if you listen to only like, say you've got a couple of favorite songs, if you listen to 2 of them, then all the others will be fresh. And it's like, okay, there's my favorite song, but then there's all the other songs that I haven't listened to. So it makes it a little bit better. Like, that's only if you can't stay away from your favorite songs. I mean, if you can stay away from all of them, that's really good, but you tend to actually just scope out songs because you're going to the concert and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be there listening to this and this. So that's what I do. I sort of try and steer away from actually listening to any of the songs. And then after the concert, you can listen to as many as you like, but while you're waiting for a concert, you don't listen to any, because then it's like, then when the music comes, it's like not fresh, and it's not like you're listening to something that you've listened to 1,000 times over. It's like, oh, it's so much better, you know. Anyway, that's all I'm looking forward to this year. Photos and Christmas shopping and a concert, and everything else is like boring. What am I doing day by day? Nothing. I'm just checking this gate. Sometimes people don't close gates right. Look at this. This is like a huge crevice. This was leveled off a couple months ago, and now it's like a huge ruptured whatever. Where's the lemongrass? It's been taken. Yeah, see my lemongrass. No, I think it's all been transferred out. Need to grow stuff from seed. But I was so upset last night. I usually do write an FU email. It's like, why isn't there any notifications? Why didn't anyone And they said, well, the notifications are like push notifications, so they don't come all the time. And she didn't make an excuse to why she didn't call me. Well, the margins were up. She said, well, I tried to call you several times. I haven't been able to contact you. I was like, whenever I pick up the phone and they're calling, it's like they, the phone, like no one answers it. It just is there and then it hangs up. And you're like going, okay, was that a phone call? But usually when they do call, it just lets you know that your account might be stuff. So if they had called me, whether they'd made contact or not, it would have notified me to alert to my account, but they didn't call me and they didn't send any notification that my account was in error in the margins for, out of sync or whatever. And so because I didn't look at my account all day until the evening, by the time I looked at my account, I'd lost all my money. I was so pissed off. It's like, not again. This is like the third time I've built up successfully, only to watch everything go down again. So, I mean, I could blame myself or I can blame someone else, but I just find everything disappointing when it falls down like that. I'm just going to blame someone else for not notifying me in any way of any margin. I think that's what you need. You need a margin thing, but obviously people are more busy collecting your money as opposed to running the business so that you can to ensure that you receive some sort of notification. But all those businesses are supposed to be a little bit scammy. I mean, you can lose more money than what I lost, but I find it disappointing too. I just think it is so disappointing. So, and it is. I mean, every time you lose something, it's disappointing. You're like going, yeah. So I think that's what it is, just disappointing. So, basically. I'm never gonna be. I've squandered all my money, on freaking houses and things, and I don't think I'm ever gonna see the green again. I can see the green of the grass. I just don't see how anything works when you're like the lowest of the low. Because whenever you open a business, people attack you because you're not like in the government, you're not in the right family, you don't have the right look, and people just come up, be extremely rude, and they threaten you at gunpoint, this and that. And it's like, and then the police, instead of the police just escorting people away from you and keeping them away, it's like they blame you and your business, and then they, even the police go weird, and then, you have all these attacks. I've tried to open my own business in like a cafe and stuff, and it's like, it hasn't worked. I tried to run my own business from home, hasn't worked. I tried to do my own this, hasn't worked. Nothing works. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, it's fair and equal, but it never is. It's like, so you always got, treating one people like such and such, and then treating you like such and such else, and it's like, there's no fairness, and get sick of it. I mean, there's no way to do anything, when you realize, like, people are just there to attack some people and not others, and of course the others are like, oh, we've got lots of money, we've been down business, we're doing really well, and it's like, and then for you it's like, oh, we don't like you, you know, so we're just gonna give you hell until, you know, you failed everything. Like, they literally, and then the police get involved and they're like, oh, we don't like people threatening you, and so we're gonna close your business so no one threatens you. And then that's the end of their, it's a policing, you know.